Call of Duty as a franchise has faced a lot of ups and downs, especially in the past couple of years. The critically acclaimed series was brought to life by a group of passionate developers seeking to create their own product of World War II shooter genre. Having been limited by their publisher, Electronic Arts, this team quitted the corporation and joined a rival company, Activision, in an attempt to take revenge on those who limited them by developing a project called Medal of Honor Killer. Later, reunited under their new banner, Infinity Ward, the team would release a game which went down as one of the boldest installments in the first-person shooter history: Call of Duty. The immediate and immense success of Call of Duty led to more human and monetary resources dedicated to developing new titles. Soon afterward, the second title in the franchise hit the stores, followed by a third one created by a backup studio, Treyarch. But even by the time the second Call of Duty was released, the market was oversaturated with World War II titles. A change was needed, so the team at Infinity Ward took a huge, ambitious risk by taking their newborn child to the unknowns. Their attempt to break free from the overpopulated World War II market was to renovate the basis of the storytelling and gameplay set pieces of first-person shooter games, along with a change of pace represented by exploring a new timeline in a new era. The result was a game held by many as the greatest first-person shooter game to have ever seen the light of day: Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. After the immense success of Modern Warfare, resources were once again rerouted in order to turn Call of Duty into a yearly installment. The substitute studio, Treyarch, proved themselves by releasing a gritty World War II game called World at War, and the team at Infinity Ward basically improved every single feature in Modern Warfare to develop the sequel, Modern Warfare 2. By 2010 and the release of the first Black Ops title, Call of Duty was a force to be reckoned with. Until then, the series had sat on top of the FPS market well above other renowned titles such as Halo and Battlefield. But things didn't stay the same for COD. It wasn't very long after the release of Modern Warfare 2 when the tension between the publisher and the original creators at Infinity Ward reached its peak. Amidst the development cycle of Modern Warfare 3, they finally part ways when the original creators and a number of other developers left the studio in what must have been a rift in vision and gameplay prospects between the studio and the publisher. With this costly departure, development of Modern Warfare 3 could have met with a critical hindrance if it hadn't been for the third backup studio, Sledgehammer Games, and their manpower to finish the project by October 2011. After that, Treyarch's second Black Ops game took the world by storm with its fantastic action set pieces and its exemplary multiplayer environment. Then came the year 2013. Everyone from the most die-hard fans of Call of Duty to the casual players who have only played a couple of the titles would argue that after Black Ops 2, the series entered a limbo of continuously getting worse and less enjoyable every year. 2013's Ghosts was Infinity Ward's first venture without the original creators among them. The game failed to grasp the attention of longtime and new fans alike, with an over-the-top single-player experience and a bland multiplayer environment. 2014's Advanced Warfare was an ambitious project and a Sledgehammer Games' first deliberate attempt to create a new Call of Duty game from the ground up. The game was a breath of fresh air for the fans, but unfortunately, in-game loot boxes going by the name Supply Drops ruined the game by presenting overpowered weapon variants and items. 2015's Black Ops 3 was a rejoice for fans who wanted a good multiplayer experience back, with some futuristic gameplay bonuses of course, but the abstract storyline and its detachment from the main Black Ops series, combined with the ability to play the missions on co-op with up to 4 players, didn't sit well with the community. Infinity Ward's second attempt without the original creators came to life as the infamous Infinite Warfare in 2016. The setting of the game, which takes place in a distant future as a rather science fiction game in space, left such a bitter taste in public mouth that it completely foreshadowed the entirety of gameplay experience. From its above average story and impressive single player gameplay to the mediocre and shallow multiplayer experience. Sledgehammer Games created their second in-house title in the franchise named Call of Duty World War II, which wasn't bad in any particular front, but left everyone longing for more in basically every possible aspect of the game. In 2018, Treyarch came back with the 4th title in Black Ops series, only to disappoint many by excluding a single-player campaign in favor of the trending Battle Royale experience, eliminating the renowned 8v8 ground war multiplayer gameplay in favor of a more tactical 5v5 environment, and delaying the release of post-launch content. Then came the year 2019. Call of Duty as a franchise has faced a lot of ups and downs, especially in the past couple of years. The franchise was born out of sheer passion and creativity, conquered the heights of popularity with Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops, then slowly fell victim to repetition, bad design choices, and shady business practices, to slowly but continuously have its fanbase declined. Sure, every year, no matter the title, the gameplay, and the era, every Call of Duty game manages to sell millions of copies, far beyond what an average AAA title would achieve. But over the past years, the level of dissatisfaction with the titles has increased. Call of Duty 2019 have also had its fair share of speculations, leaks, optimism, and skepticism among the mainstream gaming community, just like any other year. Only this year, rumors suggested that the new game will actually be a new Modern Warfare game, a sub-series held dear by the community and not visited since the glory days of franchise. This brought new aspects to speculations about COD 2019.
Are now in the wild.
You guys, hostiles assaulted civilians!
Get to safety, go!
We get dirty, and the world stays clean. That's the mission.
Now that the dust is settled and we all know that Call of Duty 2019 is in fact officially named Modern Warfare, all COD enthusiasts and those who even remotely care about this franchise are waiting eagerly to see what this game has in store for us. Arguably, during a long time of decline, fans have been crying for a game which could live up to the legendary standards of the Call of Duty franchise. For a long time, the community wanted a compelling story with relatable characters and deep personifications. Many fans are grown tired of all the nuances caused by the unbalanced weapons, gadgets, and gameplay mechanics in the multiplayer. Many people are left with a sour taste in their mouth for the scummy microtransactions in previous titles. Modern Warfare has to do it right. For what it's worth, Modern Warfare had a very strong start. The reveal trailer is claimed to be recorded completely from in-game footage running on a PS4 Pro, which is impressive since there are rumors claiming that this game will finally use a new engine, and looking at the trailer footage, it seems to be the case. The trailer features some very impressive scenes with amazing visual effects, which could only be a testimony to the changes to the engine. The developers have also confirmed that the game will support full crossplay across all 3 platforms, which, aside from the balancing issues, is a fantastic opportunity to create and maintain a healthy player base, which in turn will result in greater popularity and significantly faster matchmaking times. On top of all those, a 4-man co-op mode alongside a fully fledged single-player story is promised. A story which, according to influencers and content creators who have seen a few of the missions, is completely dark and makes no Russian from Modern Warfare 2 look like a Pixar movie. It is also stated that the title will not feature a season pass, thus all the upcoming maps will be free for all players to experience. In other words, all the initial ingredients for greatness are here. We just gotta see how the chef is gonna make a meal out of it. We are at the pinnacle of Call of Duty franchise. What happens next, and what the future holds for this series, if there is a future at all, really depends on the titles that are going to come out in 2019 and 2020. Those who stood by the side of this title really want to see a change for the better. They really want to see that the game can regain its full glory without the presence of the creators of the very first title. They want to experience the gritty and immersive single player alongside the immense sandbox of the multiplayer. And what better way to set off on this journey to bring back the loyal fan base than using a number of fan favorite characters in what could be the most favorite saga in COD universe? Modern Warfare. If Activision and its subordinate studios have the will to do that and bring their franchise back to the top is a question without a conclusive answer. We shall wait and see till E3 and other gameplay presentations as to what Modern Warfare has to offer. Only time will tell.